When I started to make the research on the case, I knew only what the press revealed. It was a man who died making hunger strike in a Polish prison, so this was the only reality that I knew. And while I start to go to see who was this man, I mean, when you read the news, it's just the news. These are the facts. A man died making hunger strike, but this contains no humanity inside. You don't know who was he. And when we hear a man died, okay, we all die, so why should we care? Or there was an injustice. This doesn't touch the audience. If it's just an information, I always think, you know, perhaps this is the women background, that the emotion can change someone. You must not give an information, you must give an emotion. I started, it is a very controversial approach for a documentary. I just wanted, I don't have to write, but I had in mind to write a kind of essay. What is a documentary, in fact? For me, a documentary, when someone is staying with a camera and with a character in the same space, the director with the camera becomes a part of his life. And you can't say that it is an observational documentary, because the character, if he's not sleeping, or if he is not, we don't shoot it without that he knows, or if he's not unable to know if we shoot or not. And both three situations put the shooting under moral issues. The camera and the director is part of his life, so a real documentary, even if it's observational documentary, it's not, you can't say this is the reality, because it's a reality in which is included the director and the camera. And also the presence of the director and the camera changed the life of the guy you make a film on him. So for me it was like, if I'm making an artistic approach, I can, it can be more truthful. I mean, you can get to the truth while you make the research, and if you reveal it to the audience in a better way, you don't lie. It's not, you are not making a story of it. You tell it better. When I came to the studio, I had the clear idea of using the collage. I wanted to use the real elements. I brought a kind of 4,000 images made by me, real images. It was like a huge archive of images that I started to share with them, and it was like, it's funny because for me the images meant a lot, and for them it was like, okay, this is okay, yes, we can do something with it, but it was not like, what? His last pen or his last shoe, his flip-flops. And I came also with a voice recorded, and with the script, and started to discuss the visual style of the movie. It was 3 months of brainstorming in the studio. In the beginning, it was a long process till they understood what is the movie about, because it wasn't their subject. They weren't interested in CRULIC's life as I was, and in the same time I just came to them to make a documentary, and it took a time till they understood. I remember while we talked sometime, I said the most important thing is that the theme, the death, appears. I mean, this is the guideline. When we have some problem, is it good or not? If it's not going forward with the theme, we must take it out. So in the beginning, it was a kind of economical choice not to use the same style from the beginning to the end, because we didn't have the finance to do it. I'm also the producer. I mean, beside being director and screenwriter, I was also the producer of the movie, and I imagined that for this kind of risking project, I can't raise a big budget to do it, and to do it in time. What I'm saying in time is the story lives in you for a while. After 2 or 3 years, the story is not anymore in you, and you can't do the movie anymore. So I knew that I have a limited time to do it, and for raising the money in this time, I knew that I can raise a small budget. This is 300,000 euro, which is for an animation quite impossible. And in the same time, so they told me economically we can't follow. I insisted to use that handmade techniques. It was a lot of line animation and frame by frame made by Dan Panaitescu. There are a lot of there is few things made in computer, and we decided what things should be made in computer. When the policemen are like puppets, they are moved by the computer. When the line should have that tremble, that you should feel it real, it was handmade. And we made a kind of colored timeline with the techniques. And what was the concept the concept was to follow the materiality of the death. And so when the things are concrete, when he starts to work, when his hands are concrete, and when he's going to die, the line lose its contour, it becomes transparent, the volumes. And so it was also a kind of I knew from the very beginning that we will also use some techniques from video art, not only from animation, because I had his last photos and I had the real feeling that they were alive. So I wanted to give to the audience the same feeling, and to move some shadows, some birds, some elements should move in that images. And also at the moment when he's released, I have done a real shooting in Krakow, and then we added the drone elements. I mean, Raluca painted the walls of the prison, and we added in 3D in computer. We reconstructed in 3D the prison with the painted walls, and so the ambulance is the only real element that is going out of the prison.